to get?
Good afternoon.
Get our way through this financial mess.
We're going to talk about this really fast, and then we're
That's a
going
good part
to
right now.
amongst ourselves.
Partly now.
Respectfully, we would like you to please not record.
But it gets our salary schedule up to 2%, which is
Is also a good thing.
Every one of you should have your phones out recording this meeting. We're going to go check out the school board meeting. Teachers are fighting for a raise. Administration doesn't want to give it to them. So let's go film and find out what's going on.
Yes.
Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good. What's going on?
What's it look like it's going on? It looks like a meeting.
Well, yeah, you're here filming. I'm just kind of wondering. I'm Alan.
How are you?
Good. Who are you?
Why?
What?
Why?
Oh, usually when you introduce yourself to somebody, you share who you are.
Sometimes you don't.
Well, that's great. Well, thanks for coming.
Thank you. Are you a teacher or administrator?
Neither. I'm a union rep.
For the teachers?
Yeah.
Good. It's glad to meet you. My name's Elected.
Elector. Nice to meet you.
I'm just here to have some transparency.
Okay. Okay. Well, everybody wearing red is from the union.
Okay.
In one way or another.
All right.
Or unions. There's two unions. It's the
Okay.
teachers and the classified workers. We're all part of the same union, but we're two halves of the same pit.
So what are we trying to get?
good afternoon.
Get our way through this financial mess that's the district.
Thank you guys for showing
The least
us.
hard
We
possible.
really
Maybe the
appreciate
administration's
all of you
taking
being
too
here.
big a chunk?
It's our
No.
first or third day of summer vacation, and we are so
Well, they
glad that
didn't
you're
pay
here. We're
attention
glad that
to
you brought friends and family to help fill
Their
up this space.
enrollments and they.
What's
We
with the
just wanted to
lady
be
they flying
a
from
little,
Colorado?
just a little.
She's hired to be the curriculum director, and her husband got a job in Colorado.
So why didn't they fire her and get somebody else?
That's a good question. You should ask the superintendent.
I will.
Hey, right on, bro.
All those kind of things. We will invite them in here. They are set.
I think, honestly, the unfilled, the attrition, if you will, that we recognize we could just made us pretty darn lean already. And to the extent somebody says, this isn't for me, or I'm going to retire, my supposition is that that position would get filled with the new person.
Well, last year with 10 ESPs being cut, and this year with 10 or more license staff being cut, I would agree that those two categories are very neat. is there any cuts being made at the departments?
Not to my knowledge.
Going back to the attrition, as of right now, 5 elementary teachers can give notice of not returning, hiring, or whatever, and 8 secondary teachers will give notice of retiring or moving the district for whatever reason. That's based on the latest HR package. But those positions are going to be filled. So there's a mix of classroom teachers, a PE teacher, at elementary level, and there's a mix at both the high school and middle school. Those 13 positions, so they can be. So
I assume those are different positions than the one we've discussed before, or
So
not.
these are permanent D21EA members who are important reasons.
The 10 positions that were cut, we don't know where they were cut from. So when we see an exit sheet that has 13, 14 people on it, we don't necessarily know which positions are cut. We've asked for where reassignments are happening and we haven't gotten all of that. So it makes it really hard for us to help our staffs. And as they're trying to look at what numbers they're going to have in classrooms, and some of them are looking at 30 people in elementary classrooms, we can't tell what's going to be filled and what's not filled.
And I probably couldn't tell by looking at the names.
We hope that with these financial positives that are happening, that you would consider putting back some of those positions that have been cut, that are going to make our class sizes go up. I will call them and ask them for their numbers to find out if they're going to have class sizes of 30. I'm just going to ask that you consider putting those employees back so that our class sizes are smaller, so that we aren't faced with bigger behavioral problems. I also would like to consider reinstating the dean of students, DA, because that is a population that desperately needs extra support, and it is a job that is being done by one administrator. So paying that dean of students stretches them very thin.
So, I'm sorry, I didn't hear which position you were last talking about.
Before the dean of students.
Yeah, is that what you said?
So for example, at each elementary school, they are having to fill a hole that they were asked to fill by having bigger class sizes. So we are losing a blend at Cartwright, which then makes the class sizes 30. We are losing a blend at Drake Hollow. We are facing, I can't remember, AJ, which you guys have a bigger 5th grade, I believe it is, or 4th grade. That can choose a blend as well to get those class sizes down. So basically, blends were eliminated, which are FTEs, and those could be put back in place to help with the behaviors and the class sizes.
Thank you. And a comment that Alan made a bit ago, I think a healthy fund balance and reserves and all that is important. I also believe, based on experience, that the budgeted FTE will not be the FTE that we end the year with. It will not be, because as soon as the doors open, they're going to say, ooh, I gotta have this, and there will be there will be additions to staff throughout the year, based on need. And I hear what you asked me, and so the reason I bring up fund balance, for instance, if this community service lead suddenly showed up, it makes the world much easier with that much more resource, so that you would be able to grant the new request for staffing. And I think we need to be clear that, I'm sorry, we're confusing part of what we're talking about are the people that were removed from the initial budget conversation, as opposed to people that have recently hired or moved on. Those jobs are posted, you know, the original 10, whatever the number was, 11, I think. No, not. So they're out of this budget conversation. I think we're always going to, that would be a glorious surprise if we suddenly got a check for and I'm not interested, doubt that, but I'm not interested in just doing a job. It would make the operations much easier. They are very tight. The budget is very tight. And I know that there will be requests for new staff. We'll have to figure out some way to do it.
So, sir, I'm not confused. I'm not confusing those two. I am asking that I not have to come to every board meeting and ask for help with the behaviors that we are seeing in the classroom. The way to alleviate that is to have the class sizes filled. So that's what we do very good about classes.
Very good. Thank you.
Okay. I don't see any. If there are any admin or confidential staff in the room, we would request that you leave. So we're gonna talk about this really fast, and then we're gonna talk amongst ourselves.
Hi.
We're having a union meeting. It's not a public meeting.
Is everybody else leaving?
Yeah, we're asking right now to everybody else to
When
leave.
they leave, I'll leave.
Dude, we're asking the administrators to be gone. There's no
I'm not an
administrators in the room. We're asking to leave.
I'm a member of the
Hey, Jody,
public.
can you pause for a second? This is now a union meeting. It's a member-only
Are
event.
they members of the union?
Yes, the entire audience are members of the
Yes,
union.
Then so am
Hi,
I.
I'm Jody
No, you're
Ketchum.
not.
Nice to meet you.
Why are they and I'm not? I'm a member of the public.
we're asking members are only, this is a meeting for only members of our union. Members of the public are not invited right now. You can come back in when it's a public meeting, and we'd more than welcome you, but please
I'm not
depart right now.
leaving.
Respectfully, we would like you to please not record.
Like,
I'm not leaving. It's a public meeting.
it is not a public meeting.
Then
It's a
everybody
union.
else needs to leave too.
Do you want to decide how we want to?
What's that?
Come here.
Okay, we're just gonna do a summation and we're gonna leave questions for a little bit later. So health and safety day came back, we're really close, there's just a couple of things. Work here, they did come back with the 3-day cuts that we had asked for. That would be district-wide cuts, so they would be taking the same days off, the district basically would just be closed for those 3 days. They did give specific days, they said January 6th and 7th, and then March 31st, which is just extending winter break and spring break. And the reasoning behind that was fair. It's easier to extend a break, and
I know if members get enough by so we can just go over start eating anyways. Anyways,
sorry, they wanted to have those days be days that are just extending breaks to continue with kid continuity. They didn't want to have random days that can kind of interrupt the learning, and we know that sometimes extra breaks, it's hard to get them to come back after breaks, so I can understand that. I did ask about moving the last day of school because there are some conflicts that have come up since they changed the calendar and we didn't know about it. Okay, salary. Salary was really confusing to a lot of people. He came forward, we asked for a 2% raise, but it would take place halfway through the year. And the reasoning for that was that basically it's only costing them 1%, but it gets our salary schedule up to 2%, which is more beneficial to us. Okay, so by doing 2% halfway through, that's just really 1%, but it ends up with, in June, us having, it looks like we moved our salary schedule 2%, and that's better for us for where we start next year. Randy came back with, I don't want to do a half year after we figure everything, I'm going to give you 1 year all the way through, and then June 31st, the 2%, or June 30th, sorry, it's not June 31st. June 30th, the 2% is going to go into effect. And so none of us are going to see the 2%, but it's basically a placeholder. It's easier for him to do 1% all year long than do 2% for half of the year. So that's kind of a wash. It's still a baby raise, and it still gives us the 2% at the end of the year, which helps us close the gap a little bit. Okay, hold on, I'm going in order. Health insurance. I'm going in order sorry, your numbers are not matching anything off. Health insurance. Our health insurance really is great. And with the extra perk next year that they're doing where they're going to submit all of our DODs and all that kind of stuff, that's going to be a great thing. So they are sticking to the $45. That is better than any of the other districts that pay around here. Hood River pays $117 for their health insurance. Yes, it is an increase. That's what they proposed last time. But it's also temporary. That's actually one that goes up and down as money flows. So that one's kind of an easier one to get back. Paid leave, they are still asking us to pay our part of Paid Leave Oregon. 6% of your salary, so it differs for everybody. So that was back to their language, no change on that one. He's still not opposed to bereavement leave for a student. He just hasn't figured out how they want to put that in there and be equitable. You know, just seeing Randy's little line, he is concerned that all of a sudden there's going to be a gap. Okay, his big mind. He's concerned that there's going to be a death, that there's going to be 100 teachers that want to take the day off. And unfortunately, if that happens, we need to close the school for half of the day. Other districts do it all the time, if it's a person, a student, you know, we can work with that. But there is language for emergency leave and some of those other kind of things. So he's not opposed to it in theory. He's a little bit worried about what that looks like. The other big change that was in there is they have backed off of the PERS change. Like, we didn't talk about it at all, but it's not in here at all, so that was a great concession that they made. So their concession is basically backing off PERS, so it'll stay as it is, 1% raise, but it looks like 2 at the end of the year. And then the three cut days. Okay, we're not gonna take questions right now. We're gonna go caucus amongst ourselves.
The only reason they made concessions is because you guys have showed up for us every time, so thank you guys. The way that we're going to handle the situation that we have going on is that after our caucus, when we come back, we will ask union members only to go into the gym so that we can let you know what we have come up with and how we would like to counter. And then as a union member, you can decide, you can place a little vote and let us know if you agree or disagree with the direction we would like to go. If you are not a union member or would like to join, please see Courtney Middleton over there, and she will help you get your paperwork filled out. Thanks, guys.
It's gonna be a
Members, restriction or
to let union members know what we're gonna come back with, counter. So we're gonna ask all, union members or even, all union members and children, if you have children here, to please move to the gym. And we'll go chatting. And thank you, community members, for coming. Please feel free to stay. We'll be back in a few.
They cleared the meeting because of a camera. Fucking ridiculous. It's fucking crazy. She said thank you to everybody not recording. Freaking crazy. If they don't want the public here, then they shouldn't invite the public here. Isn't that crazy? They freaking cleared the whole freaking building because somebody brought a camera in here. It's a public school system for the public, but they don't want you to know anything about what's going on. None of them. What's strange is the teachers don't want you to know. Did you hear what I said? What'd I say?
That nobody wants you to know what's going on.
It's a public school system. Why can't the public know what's going on?
You have to pay. You want to join the union? Go ahead. So how much? Go
What?
join the union, and you're more than
I pay them. Why should I have to join the union to know what's going on?
you don't pay the union.
Who pays the union?
We pay the union.
Yeah, and who pays you?
Oh, that's not how it works.
That is how it works. Who pays you? The public don't pay you? You're not entrusted to the public?
So it's cool. You're just working for a company that's independently owned. That's all I can do. Otherwise, you own me. The
What?
only way not to be owned by you is to work for a private company that's not.
Did I say I owned you? I didn't say I owned you. I said you work for me.
I do not.
You don't? Who do you work for?
I work for the children.
And
You are not.
so the children pay you?
You've got the idea of employment.
No, you got the idea. See, that's what's wrong with government today. They think that the people are below them. They're not. We're above you. You got any more argument?
No, I just would rather you not stand here and spread lies.
Well, I would rather you not fucking talk to me. How's that?
Okay, I'm done. Okay. I think I'll take it to it.
It's probably a good thing. Stick it in your mouth so you shut up.
Excuse me, sir. Courtesy is also a good thing.
Be courteous to me. Then you should have kept your mouth shut. Every one of you should have your phones out recording this meeting. It's public interest. We pay them to do their job, so we should know what they're doing. And you can sit over there and smirk and laugh and whatever. That's what's wrong with the education system today. They think that they are freaking above us. They're not. Continue to be sheep. It's fine. Fucking unbelievable. No wonder our kids are just freaking morons. It's fucking ridiculous. I can't take any more of this shit. A public meeting for the public school system, but the public can't know what's going on. What kind of crazy shit is that? I left because I couldn't take no more. I should have stayed till the freaking end, but you guys can bash on me all you want in the comments, whatever. I gotta go home, make my family dinner. My name's Electric. I want it to be clear that I'm on the teacher's side. I was so surprised to get all the backlash from the teachers. I didn't get any backlash from the administration of me being there, which shocked the hell out of me. Why do you not want the public to know what's going on? That's my question. I wasn't there for any nefarious intent. I wasn't there to cause trouble, stir shit up. But I wasn't going to be pushed out of a public meeting. If you don't want the public to be there, don't invite the public to be there.